Everybody? Copy this as the title of what we're about to learn today. The law of signs.
Or sin.
The law of sins. Ooh, now that's a good conversation. The law of sins. However, this is the sign. Okay. What do you notice about the triangle?
It goes on that.
All right. So hold on a second. Every single day you've walked in the room, there's been right triangles on the board. Oh, I gave it away.
Isn't that a right triangle?
Not a right triangle. Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Yates say you can only do stuff with right triangles?
Yeah.
No.
That's why this is a whole different law, and this is how this works. Non-right. Make a first little star to yourself. When you use this is when you have non-right triangles.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh, Reem. So when you are outside of the 90, this is when we can use this stuff, all right? So I'm going to give you some information and show you how this works. Okay, therefore, in a triangle, let's give it a K, P, C. Those are angles. So here's how this works. If this is uppercase K, the leg that is opposite is lowercase k. So what leg am I talking about right now?
C.
Yeah, this thing is now what we call lowercase k. Okay? So this is how this terminology works, right? So, okay, watch this now. If you have uppercase P in the lower left, what leg is opposite of angle P? That's what they call little p then. They use all these acronyms to show you this law, okay? So if this is big C, then this is, okay, this is kind of weird, but here's how it works. The law of sines says this. If you take the sine of the angle and divide it by its leg, it is equal to the sine of the angle divided by its corresponding opposite leg. And that is equal to the sine of the third angle divided by its little leg. Now, at first, you're going to be like, I don't get it. I have no idea what's going on, and that's fine. But watch, we will clean this up. But that is the law of sines. So put a box around it and realize this is the rule you will use. So basically, the good news is you'll never set up 3 items. You will always set up 2 proportional fractions, and you will work with the 2 proportional fractions. Okay? That's how this one works. Okay? Bunch of fractions and a bunch of stuff, all right? So here we go. In blue, let's fill it in now with some actual, like, values now. The acute angle is which angles?
C.
Good. Which one's obtuse?
K.
Excellent. So let's give it a measurement. What's your favorite number?
90.
Got to be over 90 because we're obtuse.
130.
130 degrees.
Yeah. Just because you show us about this number.
Okay, if that's 130 degrees, and I'm going to tell you this leg, they give you this, right? This is the part they'd be giving you. Let's go with one of my favorite numbers. 54.
What's your favorite number?
It was a linebacker of a Chicago Bear. A sport that few of you even know. Not baseball, football. American football.
Did he play in the most recent team or
No.
the 1985?
Yes.
Can't remember.
Well, sorry, this is a recent player.
Oh.
But it's 50 is the one I'm talking about. Don't worry about it. Give me another angle.
62.
62. Which one, C or P?
No, there's no way it's
You can't.
There's no way.
It's gonna be 192 then.
Why can't that be 62?
It's gonna be 180.
Right, because then the last angle would have to be 8. So there's got to be some kind of logistics to this.
22.
22. Okay, class, here's what I'm here to show you now. You can use the following items. This, and you will find that. That's how this works.
Whoa.
Okay? How does it work? Well, you set up a fraction as a fraction and watch how this all goes down, okay? Are you ready? Right, good. Can some people already do it without even me doing it?
Yeah. 130.
Oh, that didn't work.
Over 54.
Oh, God. I shouldn't say this while it's streaming either.
22
Got it.
equals X.
Oh, nice. Some people have already set it up without even me doing it.
How would we do?
What would it look like, okay? Watch how you do this. You go sine. 130 divided by 54 equals the sine of 22 divided by little c. So that's what I'm trying to show you. This is the law of sines. Here's what it says. Find the angle. Kind of watch this little laser thing now, right? Find the angle 130. Find its opposite leg. That is this fraction. Then this angle and its opposite leg is equal to this fraction. So you'll set up two fractions every time. And how you do it, you do angle, opposite. Angle, opposite. Okay?
Well, now you cross multiply.
Right, good. Now it's a math proportional equation. And what do we do with these proportions? We always do what?
Cross multiply.
Cross multiply. That's how we undo this division.
7.9.
Yeah, so what's the setup though? If I'm showing all my work, what would this look like? C times what?
Sine of 130.
Is equal to?
Sine 22 times 54.
Okay, I need people who are gonna kind of follow along. I need you to type that in for me, because I definitely don't have a calculator in front of me. However, hold on a second. Is C isolated?
No.
What can isolate C?
Divides by
Divide by what, class? All right, so let's divide by sine 130. Okay, if you guys could take this in and type this in, this is what we will do to solve it, okay? All right, now. Example. Number 2. All right. Solving the triangle, which is basically them telling you find every missing piece. So you're solving the triangle. It does, and watch what we have to do with law of sines now, okay? Now the nice part is I have 3 acute angles here, so you're going to see how this works every time, okay? So here we go. Let's give you, this is probably easily one of my another favorite numbers, 23.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, very good, Michael Jordan. Then I'm going to give you another favorite number, 34. I'll be very impressed if you get 34. Again, that's American football. Running back by the name of Walter Payton, a.k.a. Sweetness.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Mine's 15.
They gave you 2 angles. They're going to give you this. Shh, watch how this works. Let's go with 35.
mystery.
Let's go millimeters.
Doesn't that mean the other one would be acute?
Right, this is the neat one now, right? Yeah, well, it would be very close, wouldn't it? Yeah, because I didn't make those numbers big enough, that'd be obtuse, and in the diagram, it's not. Right, you'd have to give bigger numbers. I just used my 2 favorite numbers. Okay, class, when it says solve, this is what we need to find, which this one is actually gonna be really easy, right?
103.
Right, that's gonna just be using triangle sum, so you need that angle. You need this length and this length. So what I'm learning, what I'm teaching in this aspect is you'll use the ratio more than once, okay? All right, here we go. Watch how this works. I would go like this. Sine of 34 divided by, what's opposite of 34? That's always how you know how to set up the fraction. It's the angle and the opposite leg. Is equal to sine of over
X.
good, well, X, and that's why they give you these, that's why they name these triangles for you. Let's go T, M, Y. So if that's big Y, this one would be little y. And if that's big M, this is little m. That's how you'll use these variables. You'll see it set up like that all the time,
Do
okay?
you have a middle name?
Yes, yes, T's on very top, but they give you T. T, you know the measurement of.
Do you have a middle name?
Mark.
Is your middle name?
Ah, that's why.
Thomas Mark Yates, very good.
You're recording
That's why.
Yes.
Thomas Mark Yates.
What's up, YouTube?
Oh, boy. Okay. Hey, watch this, though. Watch what I'm showing you this. Class, not only do you use it once, but you will use it again. Okay? Just watch the logic now. So sine 34, so I use it again, over 35 is equal to, now, I'm trying to find m. So I'm going to put the little m down there. If I put the m down
We
there,
found him.
103.
oh,
You mean why?
Yeah, it's Y. I think it's
no, yes. What part did I make a mistake on? Good. This is the part where you don't want to do on YouTube. Oh, gosh.
It's okay, guys. Next time.
YouTube, welcome.
Got it.
Subscribe to get to see more mistakes.
This should have been Y. Thanks for catching that, everybody.
Yo, we're learning.
You could have caught that when I first wrote it down, but you caught it when I was doing M, which is great, because that means you got the concept. Don't worry about it.
Just
You got it.
follow along with you.
Got it. Nice, yep. The blind leading the blind, fantastic.
No, no.
Oh, it's a small
Okay,
one to do it?
adding those two angles up, you get what?
123.
Well, okay, the two angles.
Oh, 57.
57, right? When I add the two angles, I know I get 57. 180 minus 57,
123.
which means what?
That sign of 123.
Hey,
Right.
you drew it wrong.
That is how, very true. That is how you know how to put that there. So what I'm teaching everyone is this. You will make two separate fractions. Like you'll do it twice because you have two missing pieces. Okay? All right, now how do I solve it? Now you cross multiply. So y times the sine of 34 is equal to 35 times the sine of 23. Everyone punch it all in. Let's make sure we all get it. Now, you'll get used to doing this. You always then divide by the sine of 34.
Wait a minute.
Yes, what's going on?
24.456.
That's what I'm trying to teach you right now. You have to use it twice. You use it once to find y,
Yeah.
then you use it again to find m. You repeat it. That's the learning. There you go. Right. This side over here on the left is how you find length y. Over here on the right is how you find length m. Watch. When you type them into your calculators, you'll see two different answers, and that's why we're doing this right now.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Type this in right now to this, and let's all verify that we can get the side length of y. Okay? I leave that up to you. I leave all the typing in and button hitting to you. Now, on the other side of the equation, it's like starting a whole new problem. Look what now watch how this is a different cross multiplication. Because this is m times the sine of 34 is equal to 35 times the sine of 123.
Can't they do it just in one step?
Yeah, you guys, I'm showing the work for learning purposes, right? As long as you have this all set up, we're all good. There you go. Let's all punch it in. Let's make sure we get it and see what comes up.
Where did you guys get?
There we go, triangle DCY. Now watch the information they give you. They're gonna tell you C to D is, let's go 15 meters. And then let's go Y to D is 28 meters. And then they will tell you that, let's go with angle C, let's go with angle Y. Let's make it 44. Okay, if you look at this example versus the previous two examples, they gave you two angles. Now they've given you one angle, so this will produce something interesting. Because let's think, triangle sum, to get to 180, if I have two angles, no problem. But if I have one angle, I can't use triangle sum, can I?
No.
No, so I need to figure out how this is gonna work. Well, that's where the law of sines comes in. So here we go. First of all, 28 right here, where is it opposite? What angle is it corresponding? Right there, good. So this 28 will let you find that C. That's what you're learning. You can use the leg to find the angle. So we just did two examples where we found the legs using the angle. Now we're just gonna go vice versa. Yes, sir.
Couldn't you just use 10 to find it?
We're not 90.
What does 90 do?
Very
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Excellent, though, Flores. Excellent, excellent. Okay, good. Watch how we do it. All right? If we don't know an angle, we just usually use theta, but because it has a name, this is how we're going to find angle C. So here we go. Sine 44 divided by 15 equals the sine of C over 28. So this example is new because I have never put C in there. That was always a digit in there. Again, what we're doing is we're finding the angle. Do I have a fraction equal to a fraction? What can I do? I can cross multiply. 28 times the sine of 44 equals 15 times the sine of C. Okay, I'm going to have to kind of show you some button pushing now, right? What am I trying to find?
It's an angle.
C, an angle.
So it has to be inverse.
There you go.
Wait, what?
So it's like, so
I love, that's the great part, when you pull that out of your noggins. Go ahead.
so when you put it in your calculator, you do the shift thing?
Yes, very good. Shift, second, yes. But first divide by 15, okay? So then, here we go. Everybody watch this. Type this in now. Everyone hit 28 times sine 44, right? Then hit that divided by 15. Okay, everyone just type in what's on the screen right there and hit enter. Just let that decimal live on your calculator for a second.
Equals.
Once you have that decimal, take the inverse of that decimal. So that's when we need to use that answer feature, the ANS, right?
Did you get one?
So everyone try this. Let's all come together and see if we get it. Sine inverse of whatever this decimal is.
Oh, that's.
1.2.
1.29.
It's error.
Where?
No, I got error because you don't.
Okay, good. Let me show you on the screen. There's my top one. Okay? Bottom angle. Let's make this 28 degrees. Can't mess this up right now. Okay? Then we're going to make this one 46 degrees. All right? All of this is somehow, some way going to be able to unlock this angle. Right? So you're going to start to see they take pieces away from you slowly, slowly, and slowly. And then you're going to be able to work through it. Now, this bottom piece, make this like, there's no way I'm going to make this wrong, like 428 millimeters. Now, I guarantee this will work. Okay? So, here's what you have to think. And we should not use X. We should, what do we know to call angles? Anytime we have a missing angle, we have what?
Theta.
Yeah, theta, good, a Greek symbol, excellent, because that really, really helps me. All right, I'm finding an angle, not a side. I see that Greek symbol. What do you need to find that?
This side.
If you're trying to find this non-90-degree
We
triangle,
know it's 28 because you know like the.
No, they
Oh
don't
yeah.
parallel.
Oh,
Yeah, you need the reflexive.
right, so I need the reflexive side. This is so important to see. Look, if this is 46, this is the opposite leg of 46, right? This is 28, this is 30. So they're trying to see, can you take all 6, 5, 7 pieces and try to put this together, right? So watch where your brain starts. To find this angle, I need this. But I need, right. They gave me this angle. So logically, what? That's the opposite. And then they gave me these two. So guess what these two will allow you to do?
Oh, can you do
Right, because look what's here.
Oh, it's 90 degrees.
Right, so this is our whole last lesson coming into this idea. All right, so let's basically call this like variable x, as we typically always do. Don't shout it out. Don't try to shout it out. Just think it through. What equation are you going to use to find that x? And this is great because if you use the law of sines, you're going to be stuck. In fact, I might show that to you. Watch. Way to not shout it out.
Oh.
So, like math, this is so fun because I taught this morning, literally. If you have two variables, you're almost stuck. You got to get everything into one variable. Okay? Look up here. Look up at this thing. You have basically, when you cross multiply, you're going to have two missing variables together, which that's why this won't work. However, Floris said sine. Why do you say sine?
Or you
It's an all sign.
use.
Law of sines is how we're doing this. But why would he say sine in regards to this?
Because it's a right triangle and it's opposite.
Good. This is opposite, and this is hypotenuse. What do we do when we see that? We go the sine of 28
Over x.
equals,
30 over x.
there you go. That was from our whole previous unit. Making a trig equation in a right triangle, okay? When this x is in the denominator, I do something special. I switch, but really, I'm really cross multiplying and solving. We're just taking the huge shortcut and switching it. So, x equals 30 divided by the sine of 28. Once you type that in, you will then have that x. Good. Does everyone see 63 popping up?
63.90.
All right, so it's 63 point a whole ton of stuff. What's the first digit? 9?
90.
Good. I'm going to put 902 and so on and so on. I cannot use that rounded answer again. That's why you have to use that ANS feature that we just worked on to make sure everyone knows how to do that, right? Shift negative or the feature on your calculator. Okay, now when I set this up, this is the neat part. See how I have this here? Then this will go right here in the X. So see this X in the upper corner here? This is now no longer missing. In fact, I can actually, I'm just gonna erase it. Oh, you can't erase it, that's a shame. But instead of X, oh yeah, fantastic. Did you just laugh, Reem? 63.902. Okay, now you have it set up to find that angle, all right? And once again, we're gonna see if I'm correct or not, which I sure hope I am.
You
Yeah,
lied.
I will be. What?
It's
It's
over.
over one?
It's over 4.
Oh, gosh. 428 times. Oh, yeah, it'll be way over 48. Make this 633.
Mr. Yates.
Unsubscribe.
I just lose subscribers.